Yep. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. You know, I try to keep the poker face, you know what I'm saying? But when we win, it just feels so good, you know what I mean? And when we have a great team win, when everybody's contributing, somebody's doing a little bit of this, another player doing a little bit of that, another guy's doing something else, but they're all positives, and you put it all together like a big pot of gumbo since we played New Orleans, you know what I mean? A big pot of gumbo, everybody put in what they had, put in all the ingredients, and it was a recipe for a win, you know what I'm saying? So, again, 5 games in a row. It just wasn't that long ago. We were losing like 5 games in a row. The Pelicans, they lost their 7th game in a row. So they were recently earlier, a couple of weeks ago, they were supposedly like the best team in the West. You know what I'm saying? So it's quick how the NBA works, how things can turn around. You know what I mean? So you can't get too high, you can't get too low, you just got to stay the course. You know what I'm saying? We were panicking. I'm not going to front. I was panicking too. You know what I mean? Well, we were looking terrible. But we turned it around. Things are looking up again. The trade has brought a new energy to this team. They are playing much more consistently, with much more energy, much more focus. From top to the bottom, you know what I mean? Like, our best players tonight didn't even play their best games, but the rest of the team stepped up and held it down. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see from a team that has playoff aspirations. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I got to mention this. Through all the turmoil, all the uncertainty, all the negativity, all the bad games that we played this year at times, this game tonight, we were definitely in the 10th spot in the play-in, and we won tonight. So I think we probably moved up to the 9th spot. But nevertheless, we were just a few games ago, we were just in the 12th spot. And now we're moving up. Now, if the playoffs started today, if the season ended today, we would definitely be in the play-in. And no team, I'm not going to say no team, that's too much. No team in the play-in tournament going to want to see the Wizards. You know what I mean? There's some teams that are in the top 7 that don't want to see the Wizards in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really liking how we're playing. Coming up on All-Star break, this team is really, really beginning to gel. And I'm really liking what's going on. You know what I mean? So with that said, man, let's just get right into it, man. Since we won the game, our 5th game in a row, I'm going to start with the things that I disliked about tonight's game. And there are a couple of things I disliked. And I thought early in the game, not even early, maybe throughout the game, but definitely earlier in the game, I thought that the Pelicans were just getting to the basket a little bit too easily. You know what I mean? Easy buckets, easy scores. They didn't have Zion tonight. Brandon Ingram came back, and he held them down. He was I think he was their best player tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like the fact that we let them get to the basket a little bit too easy. But to our credit, as the game went on, we clamped up, we tightened up, and we minimized their impact in regards to getting to the basket and their overall impact on the offensive end. So I definitely love what I saw in regards to that. You know what I mean? Like I said, Brandon Ingram came back and he was hot early. He made 9 of the first 13 points that the Pelicans scored. But again, to our credit, we stepped up, and as the game went on, he was less and less effective. He ended the game with He ended the game with 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, but we forced him into 6 turnovers. That's really, really big. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, we stepped up our defense as the game went on. And in the second half, it's like we turned it up a little higher. You know, a lot higher in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So to see that Brandon Ingram had 6 turnovers, although he scored 22 points, I believe he was the second leading scorer CJ McCollum scored 24 points. You know what I mean? But for us to be able to stop Ingram was a big key for us to getting this win tonight. So I definitely like that. Speaking of McCollum, he was their leading scorer with 24 points, but he only shot 9 for 19. So he was a little bit under 50% shooting tonight. 2 for 6 from the three-point line. So we forced him. He didn't shoot the three-point ball well. He did have 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. You know what I mean? Only 2 turnovers. But he was a -7 on the floor tonight. So as well as he played for the Pelicans, his impact wasn't enough for them to get the win. They just didn't have enough firepower. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't have enough firepower tonight. And, you know, that was to our credit, and we took advantage of that. So I definitely like that. There were points in the game where our three-point defense was suspect. They had stretches where they were hitting threes. They ended the game hitting 8 for 29, so we definitely clamped down when we really needed to. It felt like they made more than that, but 8 for 29, that's definitely good defense on that. So I might have to move that to the thing that I like tonight, because under 30% shooting, holding a team to under 30% shooting is definitely what you want when you're trying to get a win. So I definitely like that. Graham came into the game for the Pelicans, and he hit some big shots. He hit 3 of the 8 threes that the Pelicans made. So maybe when I saw him hitting threes and he was hitting a few of them, maybe I'm in my head made it seem like more players on that team were hitting threes, and they were hitting threes more consistently, because he shot the three-point ball 3 for 6, 50% from the three-point line. But the rest of the team didn't shoot the three-point ball well. As I said, as a team, they shot 8 for 29. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was when I was watching the game. But looking at the box score, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I can't really come for them like that. You know what I mean? There were some times, and this happens in, you know, various games. And, you know, it's going to happen to the best of us. Well, the best of them, you know what I mean? But there were just a couple of traveling calls, you know, shuffling the feet before dribbling the ball, just unnecessary turnovers that we got to clean up. Every possession counts. So, you know, it wasn't too bad, but there were a couple of that occurred in the game, and I just wanted to point that out, because I definitely didn't like that, because they just wasted possessions. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be more focused and make sure you dribble the ball before you move your feet. You know what I mean? Also, we were missing. When we started, we got to the line tonight, which was very good, but we were missing too many free throws earlier in the game. But as the game went on, we got more and more consistent shooting threes. We ended the game 22 for 29 from the free throw line. So that's almost 76%. That's not that good. Like, if that was a grade, that's a C average. You know what I mean? But a lot of the free throws, we got there 29 times, so you gotta like that. Compared to the Pelicans only getting to the line 19 times, so we got there 10 more times. Had 10 more attempts than the Pelicans, which I like. But they were 17 for 19 from the free throw line, so they hit 89, almost 90% of their free throws. We only hit a little over 75% of our free throws. So this game could have got even more ugly if we hit our free throws. You know what I mean? But again, getting to the line 30 times, 29 times, making 22 of them. Still a decent percentage, but I thought that we could have done better. But it's not as bad as some of the free throw performances that we had in previous games. You know what I mean? So I don't want to come for them too much, but we got to get over that 80% free throw shooting as a team every game. You know what I mean? Bradley Beal, man, had a few bad turnovers in the fourth quarter. What's new? You know what I'm saying? What's new? But to his credit, he shook those turnovers off. Well, he had one turnover that was definitely his turnover. And then another turnover that was just kind of like a bad pass to Gafford. And Gafford turned the ball over. But I thought Beal put him in a bad position. So although Beal didn't get that turnover on his stat line, I still felt that turnover was his fault. But he ended the game with 5 turnovers. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like that at all. 5 turnovers. You know how I feel about that. You can't have a higher than a C-plus game if you have 5 turnovers. Even if you got 40 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. You got 5 or more turnovers. in my head, you can't have higher than a C plus game. You know what I mean? That's just too many turnovers. Well, I can't say that because Embiid earlier today had 48 and 17, but he had and 5 assists, but he had 6 turnovers. I got to give him a B. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to, you know what I'm saying? But Beal didn't have 40-something points tonight. He only had 16 points tonight, 5 of 17 shooting, so he didn't shoot the ball well. He went to the free throw line, 4 or 5, so he was decent from there, but only 2 for 6 from the three-point line. He did have his 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and a block as well, but 5 turnovers is quite concerning. But to my surprise, when I looked at the plus-minus, he was tied with Denny Avdia for the highest plus-minus on the team, by far, a plus 14 that Denny and Beal had. The next closest plus-minus was a plus 6, you know what I mean? So as bad as he played, just him being on the floor is a positive impact for us because it frees up other players. The opponent has to focus on Beal. They can't just sleep on Beal. And then to Beal's credit, in the fourth quarter, he stepped up after the turnovers and he helped close the game out. You know what I mean? So as bad as he turned the ball over tonight, he was definitely off. He's definitely not 100%. He still did help us get the win, so you're going to give him a little credit. Well, a lot of credit for that because we got the win. But those turnovers, man, I don't know what he has to do in order to not turn the ball over in critical moments in the game, but he continuously does that, and he's been doing that for the last couple of seasons. Not games, but seasons, you know what I mean? So he has to get that under control, you feel me? And then there was a stretch where the Pelicans had a 14-1 run in the fourth quarter, trying to get back into the game. So I definitely didn't like that. But to our credit, we didn't let them get that close. And it really was never a game. You know what I'm saying? We avenged our loss from earlier this month at home in D.C., went to New Orleans and got the win. You know what I mean? So definitely happy about that, man. And that's everything that I disliked about tonight's game. It wasn't enough for us to get the loss. You know what I'm saying? I had way more things that I liked tonight than I disliked. So we're going to get into the things that I liked tonight. And off jump, man, I loved our ball movement. We moved the ball extremely well tonight. Everybody touched the ball. Everybody was getting good shots. Everybody was passing up the decent shot to get a better shot, get their teammates open. We ended the game as a team with only 18 assists. The Pelicans had 21, so they had more assists than us. I felt that we had more assists than we had, but we only had 18 assists to 16 turnovers. So that ratio wasn't as good as I thought it was, but it just felt like by watching the game that we were just moving the ball and playing as a team for the majority of the game. The box score doesn't say it, but if the eye test, in my opinion, says it. I thought we moved the ball very well. I thought that we made an emphasis to score in the paint, and we did a great job scoring in the paint tonight. We took advantage of Jonas Valanciunas fouling out after he elbowed my man Todd Gibson in the head. Crazy. You know what I mean? It was a crazy jank. He deserved to get kicked out the game if you ask me. You know what I mean? That was unnecessary, but we definitely took advantage of him fouling out because they didn't have any inside presence like that once he fouled out. So I definitely like the fact that but that was our game plan regardless. It just made our game plan even more effective because Jonas got ejected from the game. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like that. I like Kyle Kuzma's game tonight. He didn't score like he usually does, but Kyle Kuzma, man, he's like do it all out there. You know what I'm saying? The first half, he didn't score any points, but he had rebounds, he had assists, he was facilitating, pushing the pace, moving the ball well. He was just doing a little bit of everything. He was only 4 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from the three-point line. Again, man, I'd be thinking that he shoots way too many threes sometimes. 9 attempts, he needs to drive to the basket. He was only 2 for 9. I've been complaining about that, but that's neither here nor there. But he still ended the game with 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, and only 2 turnovers, and was a +4 on the floor. You know what I mean? So although he didn't score as well as he has been the last couple of games, he was still extremely effective on the floor, and in the fourth quarter he came up big for us. So I definitely like what I saw from Kuzma. Just being able to affect the game in other ways than scoring. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like that. Bradley Beal, Again, minus the 5 turnovers. He didn't score the ball well either. He was only, I said it earlier, 5 for 17. You know what I mean? Only 16 points, but a plus 14 on, a plus 16, no, plus 14 on the floor. Had 5 assists. He had 4 rebounds. You know what I mean? So he contributed, but at the end in the fourth quarter, he really, really closed the game. Got aggressive. Didn't let those turnovers settle in his head. You know what I mean? He had short memory, and I guess it maybe kind of made him mad. And he really, really closed the game out for us, man. That's the type of stuff that you want to see from your star player. You know what I'm saying? Taking the game over. The opposing team can't guard him. Taking the smaller guards, taking them in the post, just doing all those offensive moves that he has in his bag. You know what I'm saying? So overall, man, he didn't shoot the ball well. Turned the ball over a little bit too much, but he did help us get the win. And he was like I said, the highest plus minus on the floor tonight with Denny Abdier. You know what I mean? So the eye test, I thought just watching the game, I was like, man, his plus minus going to be very bad tonight. But when I look at the box score and see that he was tied for the highest, it was kind of surprising. But at the end of the day, he helped us get the win. So I'm not going to come for him too much, but he does need to cut those turnovers off. Real talk, you know what I mean? As a team, I felt that we rebounded the ball very well. We ended the game with a total of 53 rebounds to New Orleans 42 rebounds. So it was a plus 11 on the rebounding front. And we had 13 offensive rebounds to the Pelicans' 8 offensive rebounds. And those offensive rebounds led to a lot of second chance points, in which we dominated in that statistic as well tonight. You know what I mean? So we were just physical out there. We were just extremely physical on the boards tonight, inside the paint tonight. You know what I mean? And the big key reason for that is Daniel Gafford. I think Daniel Gafford may have had his best game of his career tonight. He looked like I don't even want to say he looked like a different player. He just looked like Daniel Gafford times 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked monstrous tonight in all facets of the game. Rebounding, scoring, his dunking with emphasis, his catching off, his dunks off alley-oops, his block shots. He had a monster game tonight. He ended up with 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks, and only 2 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? He was just a plus 6 on the floor, but that stat line alone, 21, 12, and 5 blocks, he was a problem on both ends of the floor. You know what I mean? And if Gafford can play like this, if he could channel this and play like this with Porzingis on the floor at the same time, oh man, our front court is going to be a problem. I'm really, really liking just the resurgence of Daniel Gafford, man. This is why the Wizards gave him that extension last season. And the way he played tonight, if he can carry this forward, that extension is going to be a bargain. And then you got to credit Tommy Shepard. I know we've been coming for his neck, and I'm going to get to that, well, within the points that I'm making tonight, because, ever since they traded Rui, they're in the building. They know the energy of the team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, but trading Rui, the rest of the team has just been playing much better since Rui has been gone. And again, I've said this in a couple of live streams ago, that Rui, I don't think he was a bad person or just like a negative, like how Spencer Dinwiddie was for us last season. But I just think that the uncertainty of, the pending free agency and what the team's going to do at the trade deadline, him not being happy with his role, I think all of that was beginning to become a cloud over the team. And once he got traded, that cloud has been lifted, and you can see the results on the floor. We've been playing much better basketball as a team, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the team as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Gafford looked very good tonight. 10 points in his first 10 minutes on the floor. He got to the line. He ended shooting 5 for 8 from the free throw line. He ended the first quarter with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. No, the first half I meant. You know what I mean? So again, man, just a great game by Daniel Gafford, and I'm just hoping that he can carry this forward. You know what I mean? Denny, man, let me talk about Denny real quick, man. Another benefit. Yo, we was on Twitter. We was on Twitter when the trade occurred, and we watched Tommy Shepard say that we traded Rui Hachimura to give Denny more opportunity. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all, don't front. A lot of y'all was like, he's lying, he's full of it, he's just saying whatever. But Denny, I don't know what, well, I do know. He's not looking over his shoulder. The front office gave him the stamp of approval, like we want you in our future plans. We like what you're doing. We like how you're developing, and you are a part of our future. And it's like he ate that up, and it just gave him extra confidence, man. He is a different player. I'm not even gonna say he's a different player. Again, just like Daniel Gafford, it's Denny Avdia times 10. It's not like he's a different player. It's just the things that we knew him for being good at, he's just being even better at. You know what I'm saying? He played an excellent game again tonight off the bench. It's tied with Bradley Beal with a plus-minus, with a plus 16 on the floor. He ended the game with, what did he end the game with? Off the bench, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, only 1 turnover, plus 14. Not afraid to shoot the 3, 5 for 8 from the field. You know what I mean? 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Just doing a little bit of everything, man. You know what I'm saying? But I really, really like what I saw from Denny tonight, man. Almost had a double-double again. He's getting much more comfortable in his role, and he's getting more comfortable with the idea that he's part of the Wizards' future, and he doesn't have to worry about getting traded. He is realizing his potential, and he's beginning to look like the pick that the front office and the organization as a whole hoped that he would turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, Tommy must have knew something that us fans didn't know, because him trading Rui has really opened up Denny, and he's playing with much more confidence, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Also, another move that I slept on when I made my video about the trade was I was saying I didn't like our compensation. I mean, we just get Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round future picks. I mean, like, what is Kendrick Nunn going to do for us? I would like to apologize, Kendrick Nunn. I was fronting on you. I was listening to the report the Lakers were saying you was washed up. You know, because I wasn't watching you game in, game out. All I could go by was what the people were saying in the Twitterverse and in the media and all the comments on YouTube video. You know, the Lakers the most popular team in the NBA, so everybody hears what's going on with the Lakers. So one of the things they were saying was Kendrick Nunn, he's washed up. Basically, they were saying he's washed up. So I was just like, why would we sign a washed up player? Maybe he just needed to get up out of LA. Similar to Kyle Kuzma. Well, Kyle Kuzma was looking good before he got traded out of LA. So I'm not going to say the same thing for Kendrick Nunn. But all I know is Kendrick Nunn is definitely the type of point guard that we needed. That athletic point guard with handles that can shoot the ball, that can score on all levels, 3-level score, get to the rim, hit the mid-range, hit the three-point, draw fouls, play defense, physical, athletic, everything. You know what I'm saying? Looking very good, and it's making time. I think Kendrick Nunn is going to continue to play like this, man. Like, I think he's going to only get better once he gets more and more comfortable playing with the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? So the combination of Monte Morris, the steady point guard, not too flashy, but you know he's not going to turn the ball over. You know he's always going to make the right play. You know he's always going to take the open shot, never going to force anything, and always going to keep the offense moving. And then Kendrick Nunn, the more athletic point guard, get more downhill, more, dunking, assisting, can hit shots as well. That's a great 1-2 punch at the point guard position. And we can't forget DeLon Wright with his long arms and his knack for getting defensive steals. You know what I'm saying? getting in passing lanes, and also contributing on the offensive end. I'm beginning to really like this point guard combination that we have. And then we have Jordan Goodwin in the cut as well. You know what I mean? So we're really, really looking good at the point guard position. Kendrick Nunn, DeLon Wright can go play the 1 or the 2. They can interchange. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. But Kendrick Nunn was very good tonight as well, coming off the bench. He pushed the pace. He wasn't afraid to shoot. He hit shots. He ended the game with 12 points. 12 points and 2 rebounds. He didn't have any assists tonight, but 5 for 13. So we didn't shoot the ball well. But what I liked is he wasn't afraid to shoot. And again, 2 for 7 from the 3-point line. Not very good as well. But his energy is definitely what we needed. And what we've been looking for from the point guard position. And again, I just think as the season goes on, he's only going to get better. He's going to get more efficient. He's going to score more points. And I just like the fact that he is the type of point guard that we have been clamoring for. You know what I mean? So again, man, like if he keeps playing like this, well, he didn't even shoot the ball well, but I still thought that he played an effective game. But if he plays like this or even better, with the emergence of Denny Avdia, with the emergence of Daniel Gafford just playing out of their minds, we're going to have to, it's going to be hard for a lot of y'all to be like, I was wrong about what Tommy Shepard has been doing, but I'm liking the moves, man. We've been playing much better since the trade. That's all I can say. I gotta call it how I see it. You know what I mean? We've been playing much better since the trades. Bottom line, you can cut it however you want to cut it, but we've been playing better since the trades, and the trades happened because Tommy Shepard made those trades happen. So the moves are looking all right, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Kendrick Nunn. We had double-digit second chance points in the first quarter. We dominated with the second chance points throughout the game. Again, we dominated on the offensive rebounds of +5, and those led to a lot of the second chance points that we had tonight. Definitely like that. Taj Gibson played a very, very good game off the bench. Got a lot left in the tank. You know what I mean? Old OG got a lot left in the tank. Played 17 minutes, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, only 2 turnovers, a +3 on the floor tonight. Just giving us big minutes. A light 17 minutes, 9 points, 10 rebounds in 17 minutes. You know what I mean? We can't ask for better than that. You know what I mean? So I like what I'm seeing from the OG. You know what I mean? Corey Kispert just keeps getting more and more comfortable shooting threes, more confident shooting threes. You know what I mean? He's still missing those key threes that might, put the backbreaker on the opponent at times. But he is hitting the three with much more consistency. He was 4 for 6. All his field goal attempts were from the 3-point line tonight. 4 for 6 for 12 points tonight. 2 assists, +2 on the floor. Just giving us something. You know what I'm saying? His defense, we already know that his defense ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? He was getting abused at times tonight, but he always plays good team defense, and he plays with effort, and he plays with smarts, you know what I'm saying? So I really like Corey Kispert, man. Whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench, he's an effective player, just a good role player for us, and I really like what I'm seeing from the young guys, you know what I'm saying? We went on a 14-6 run in the second quarter, you know what I'm saying? So we were going on runs throughout the game. I definitely like seeing that. We ended the first half with 25 bench points. I don't know what our total bench. As a matter of fact, I could tell you that right now. We ended the game with 24, 32, 44 bench points to the Pelicans 18, 23. 31, 39. So they had 39 bench points. 39, 27, 42. And we had 40. So we won the bench points battle, but not as much as I thought but nevertheless, we won the bench points battle regardless. You know what I mean? So I definitely like the fact that our bench has been playing out of its mind tonight. Again, man, Beal and Kuzma, they stepped up for him. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing how many times Kuzma has carried the team on his back, and then even at times Bill has carried the team on his back in the past, it was good for them to see that their teammates could carry the team on their back when the top two players aren't on the top of their game. You know what I mean? So that just bodes well for us as a team moving forward, that everybody can contribute, anybody can get hot, and we can get a win even when our best players aren't performing at their highest levels. You know what I mean? So I definitely love what I saw from the team as a whole, man. We had a 29-19 rebounding advantage in the first half, and like I said, we won the rebounding battle as a team by 11. So we won it by 10 at halftime, and then we upped them one more to get 11 to end the game with an 11 rebound advantage. You know what I mean? So we were more dominant, more physical all game. And I really like that. Again, led by Daniel Gafford with his energy. I guess him just being in the South, being close to his home state of Arkansas, just might have, you know what I mean, gave him that extra oomph. I don't know what it was, but he played like a monster tonight. You know what I mean? So I definitely like what I saw. We ended up going up double digits in the third quarter. And we really, for the most part, held the lead double digits. I mean, they cut it to single digits in the fourth quarter when they went on their run, but we withstood their run, and then we went back up and we ended winning the game by 10 points. So overall, man, the team played well from beginning to the end of the game for the most part. I mean, there were lapses where we weren't as sharp, but overall, we played extremely well. So I definitely like that. The first half of the fourth quarter, I thought we were going to run away with the game. I thought we were really going to run away with the game the way we were dominating at the beginning of the fourth quarter, hitting like everything, playing defense, stealing the ball, fast break point. And another thing that I liked about tonight's game was our efficiency running the fast break and our transition offense. You know what I mean? We were getting to the basket. We were pushing the pace, and we were definitely trying to get them up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So in the fourth quarter, I thought that we really was going to run away with the game, but they went on a big run after we were going crazy early in the fourth quarter, and they cut the lead to single digits. But Coach Unseld called some great timeouts. Matter of fact, Coach Unseld, to me, coached a great game tonight in regards to calling timeouts at the right time, making the right subs at the right time. He was on it tonight in regards to just coaching overall, man, and just being energetic on the sideline, walking up and down, encouraging his players, just being a great coach tonight, man. So I want to give him credit for the great game that he called tonight, man. But after he called that timeout, he called timeouts when he sensed a run. And that's what a good coach is supposed to do. When they see that their team, the opponent is getting a little momentum, you stop that momentum early with a timeout, call a great out of timeout play, score, solace the crowd, and get back to what y'all was doing. And that's exactly what the Wizards did tonight, man. So I definitely like that. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, Bill closed out the fourth quarter. He scored 8 points straight in the fourth quarter after those bad turnovers. You know what I'm saying? So for him to just keep his head focused, although he had a tough game tonight, he stepped up when we really needed him to. So I want to give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's everything I liked about tonight's game, man. Overall, a great team win. Everybody that played tonight contributed, and it was just, again, an all-around team win. And, you know, hopefully Bradley Beal just can get more healthy. I really thought that Coach, because we were playing so well as a team, that Coach wasn't going to put Beal back in the game. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he was going to try to let him rest as much as he could so he could get more healthy as the season moves on. But he got back in the game, and when he got back in the game, that's when those bad turnovers occurred. You know what I mean? But to his credit, like I said, he scored 8 straight, made it a point to close the game out, and I really like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. A great, excellent win. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the content, you know I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at Wizards Review. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on the Xbox Series X and S on NBA 2K23. You know what I mean? So 5 games in a row, won 5 games in a row. Monday night, we're going to San Antonio, continue this road trip. We haven't lost on a road trip yet. Beautiful. So we're 3-0 on a road trip. You know what I'm saying? 5 games, 6 games won straight. You know what I'm saying? We're going to San Antonio. We're trying to get that lucky number 7. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should get that win too. You know what I mean? They're not better than us when we're on the top of our game, but you know, there's been times in the past that the Wizards play down to their competition, but I'm really, really liking the energy and the synergy and the way that this team is beginning to gel. And I don't think we're going to have a drop-off on Monday night. I don't. I think we're going to win that game too. But until then, you know what I'm saying? We're just going to have to wait. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, enjoy y'all evening. Until Monday, man, take care. Have a good night. Have a good playoff Sunday. And I'll see y'all Monday night. All right? Take care. Peace.